So this is one of those videos I've had on the back burner for a while. I really wanted to make it, but then some other pressing deadline would come up, or it was Watches and Wonders. But finally, the stars have aligned, so to speak. This is the Christopher Ward C1 Moonphase in 37mm. It's awesome, so let's talk about it. The Christopher Ward C1 Moonphase was first launched in 2023 in 40.5mm, but after the Itty Bitty Risk Committee kicked up enough fuss, they released it in a smaller 37mm case size, and this is the one I have here today. Full disclosure, before I review this, Christopher Ward is letting me keep this watch, which is unreasonably generous of them. I believe it is because of my high status in the Itty Bitty Risk Committee that they're letting me keep this, and the unfettered power that comes with that. But for real, it was really kind of them to let me keep this. I'm not being paid or anything like that, but I thought that should be disclosed before we go any further. Okay, watch. Looking at the specifications, this has a case diameter of 37mm, a thickness of 13.1mm, and a lug-to-lug of 44.1mm. The case material is stainless steel, box sapphire crystal, and 30 meters of water resistance. On the wrist, this is genuinely delightful to wear. The longer lugs cause this to have a larger wrist presence than the numbers would suggest, but I really like that. So here it is on my 5.5-inch wrist versus my husband's 7-inch wrist. I think it looks kind of cool and oversized on me, but it's a lot more classical on his wrist. This feels refined, but still a bit sporty, weirdly, and the polished hands contrast really well against the dial, making it surprisingly legible. If you are struggling between the 40.5mm and the 37mm in which to choose, my recommendation would be if you have a wrist size of 7.5 inches and under, and you like a more classical wearing experience, 37mm. But if you're after a more modern fit, or if you have a wrist size over 7.5 inches, I would recommend the 40mm. If that helps at all, that might have made you even more confused. This watch is powered by the Sellita SW220-1 with the JJ04 Moonphase module, so a pretty modified Sellita caliber, very Christopher Ward, and if you're one of those people who likes to see the movement, it is on display through the sapphire case back. Design-wise, I would describe this as quite striking, and this is where this watch really shines for me. Pun intended, pun always intended. The dial is a true navy color, very dark blue, aventurine, mimicking the night sky, and works perfectly with the Moonphase. If you're a bit newer to the watch world, aventurine is glass infused with reflective flakes of copper oxide, creating this sparkly effect. Christopher Ward allows the Moonphase to come through the most, taking away all other ornamentation, no numerals, indices, the brand name and logo isn't even featured, just the moon, the sky, and the time. Turning our attention to the moon now, how each brand executes the aesthetics of their Moonphase is unique. Some lean more cartoonish, featuring a little face like Breguet. Some go a bit more literal, like Rolex and the Cellini Moonphase. Christopher Ward have opted for a very lifelike, three-dimensional interpretation made from globalite, which is a mix of superluminova and ceramic that can be molded to fit any shape. The Moonphase is one of those complications that splits enthusiasts. Some think, meh, who really cares about the phases of the moon? Who wants to know that? Which is fair. While other romantics, and this is the camp that I fall into, timekeeping romantics, view it as a reminder of the history of timekeeping and a reminder that time is big and vast. It's not just about getting you to the train on time. It is this cosmic measurement that is out of our control. It is celestial bodies dancing and orbiting around each other. It is gravity and science and art and physics all being mashed into each other. Time is freaking amazing, and it's mind-blowing, and it's big, and And one of my least favorite things about watch YouTube, at the least, is that we water down horology to the point where the best performing videos are the Rolex secondary prices lower than retail? Once again, we are measuring the movement of celestial bodies through analog technology. It's so amazing. I think I need to calm down. I'm gonna have a drink of this lovely glass of water. Come on, Brittany. You can't sit in your garage yelling in a camera about orbiting planets. This case has a lovely finishing. The case is almost completely brushed with a bit of polishing around the bezel. It's actually a very sporty feeling finish to a dress style of watch. It's interesting. I would describe this as a dress watch for people who don't like dress watches. A very sporty dress watch. I think the complication, design language, lack of numerals and indices points to it being dressy, but then it has a lot of sporty elements like the amount of brushing and center seconds hand. The strap is absolutely lovely, fine Italian leather, really soft, and wraps nicely to the wrist. It almost melts on the wrist. The color matches the dial perfectly and ties the watch all together. This is available on strap or bracelet, depending on your preferences. I am about to say something that I don't say very often, but this is one of the rare times I would recommend buying on the strap rather than the bracelet. I think the style of the C1 lends itself more to the strap, but that's just my opinion. Now, even though I very much enjoy the strap, I do have one problem with it, and it is the use of a deployant over just a pin and buckle. I think this complaint is unique to me. Almost everyone in the watch enthusiast circles prefers a deployant, but I just like a good old pin and buckle. These retail for just under £2,000 at £1,995 on strap and £2,130 on the bracelet. And the price is the same whether you get the 37mm or the 40mm. This is definitely at more of the premium end for Christopher Ward. Their prices usually sit around the £1,000 price point. But I would say these are well priced. I wouldn't say you're getting the deal of the century, nor would I say these are overpriced. They are just exactly correctly priced. Great finishing, interesting complication, unique design, and a pretty modified movement. Okay, so that's the objective stuff, materials, specs. If we went pure subjective, some of my thoughts after owning this for a few months now. I mean, this is exactly my kind of watch and represents the kinds of pieces I want in my collection going forward, where I see my collection moving towards. I think I've nailed it with the stainless steel go anywhere, do anything style of watches. I have so many of those. And now I want things that are interesting and different and speak to a different side of me. I've always had a soft spot for the Moonphase. I don't want to get yelling at the camera again. I think there are very few things in life that connect us to something deeper and something greater than the hamster wheel of life and routine. We get up, eat, go to work, come home, watch TV, presumably Brit Pierce videos exclusively, go to sleep, lather, rinse, repeat. And this is a part of how humans are programmed as well. Like, I don't have the capacity to constantly be thinking of the vastness of time and space. But watches like this are a little escape from the monotony of life and remind me why I fell in love with time measurement in the first place. And it also feeds into this small part of me that still feels like a little kid who's fascinated with the moon and space. I know for me and my adult life and my adult worries, I don't always have the luxury of nurturing that part of myself. But this is one of those items that makes me feel like a kid again with questions, and it reminds me how much I don't know and how small I am in the grand scheme of everything. Did I put too much meaning on a globalite disc? Probably, but I make no apologies. I'd love to know in those comments down below, what do you think to this watch and Christopher Ward in general? Do you like the direction they're heading in? Do you miss the old Chrissy Ward? I don't know, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you as always for your viewership. You are so amazing. And thank you to the Pope tier patrons. Their names are on the screen right now and they're amazing. All right, Pope tier patrons, it's just us. It's just you and me right now. You're perfect. You've never done anything wrong in your lives ever. Those other people, they have, but not you guys. You're so amazing. But for real, thank you so much for supporting my weird little channel. I love what I get to do here. I love that this is my full-time job. And that's possible because of you guys. So thank you so much. I hope you keep enjoying this channel, and even if you don't, I hope you keep enjoying timepieces and timekeeping forever, because it's amazing. All right. Okay. Bye, guys.